morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, look at me knowing what day it is. What day is it? It's hump day. It's hump day and I'm off. Yes. It's a glorious day. I am feeling some better. I'm not quite as red and puffy as I was last night. And it's been a while since I've had that much steroid injected into me. So I had forgotten the weirdness that it does to me, and I'm going to have to mention it to him because I wasn't expecting all that. It didn't used to do all that to me, but anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. My head's better. I feel some better. So we're just going to focus on the beauty of the day instead of the pain in the butt that was yesterday, right? Right. I would like to say that all the hoopla of the building of the storm, you know, it's lightning, it's getting closer, it's lightning, there's a thunderstorm, blah, 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 blah. It rained for approximately 3.2 seconds. That's it, 3.2 seconds. And it was like, okay, we're done, goodbye. My head didn't feel better after that. So I'm pretty sure all of that was probably from the steroids. I do get headaches from storms, but I do not believe that was one of them. It was just different. It was bad. It was actually pretty dang bad. But anyway, I took something and got my video pulled out. So there you go. Anyway, thank y'all for all the well wishes for me. And thank you for all the birthday wishes for Danette. She's rocking 50 years old now. And she loves her aide that came yesterday. So I'm not going to have to drive over there and hurt anybody. Yay me. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, she said when I started talking about Betty that she thought maybe I was going to tell the story, well, a story of one of the many times that Betty has tried to take her out. And I'll tell you the most recent story, and I hope I remember it. I'm not much on orange. That looks pretty orange, doesn't it? But it goes on good. It's by Tarte. I don't know what color it is because I ain't got my glasses on, and even when I put them on, I probably can't see it. Let's see. And that says rose. Does that look like a rose? Well, I guess a rose can be orange, but rose typically is associated with a pink. And that's not really pink. I don't know what color it's showing in that camera, but anyway, it feels good. That's all I care about. So, okay, let's tell the wheelchair story. Let's tell the wheelchair story, and then I want to tell you another story, okay? And then I want to tell you another story. But the wheelchair story, I might get it kind of wrong, but I'm going to get you the gist of the story. She has a wheelchair named Betty that is pretty badass. Somebody told me I can say that because it's in the Bible. I can say the word ass because it's in the Bible. I just, I have people tell me that they watch with their grandkids, and I don't want to be a bad influence on their grandkids. But I mean, if it's in the Bible, I can say it, right? Right. Okay, so anyway, Betty is a badass, as is Danette. So Betty was taking her for a ride, okay? And she went into the bedroom, and I think she was using her reacher. She was trying to get something. She was trying to bend over. I think Betty can stand her up, and she can wheel around standing up, kind of thing. And when she bent over to get whatever it was, her arm hit the joystick on Betty, and Betty started slamming her into the wall and tried to, her neck. Yeah, she said she would hit the wall, and then Betty would back up, and then she'd go back and hit the wall again. So Betty, I guess, was tired of her. I'm not sure, but she was laughing about it. So I feel like we can laugh about it too now that she's okay, because she wasn't injured. But Betty was trying to take her out. I'd hate to have to take Betty out because she really needs Betty, but Betty needs to calm down. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Betty needs to calm down and maybe realize what she's doing when she's slamming her against the wall. Anyway, we can laugh about it now because she is okay. I'm okay with laughing about stuff if somebody's okay. Some people are not, but I mean, hey, I can laugh about when I fall and hurt myself. The funniest thing that ever happened to me that I can remember, well, maybe not the funniest, but one of the funniest, I was walking through Tommy, my neighbor's front yard, right? As always, I'm walking around people's yards. But I'm walking through her front yard, and these two people who live up the street here were walking in front of the house, and they both turn to throw their hand up and wave at me. Like, hello, Tracy. And I stepped in a hole, and it was just like this. And I went way down, and I popped right back up like a little weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, except I do fall down. But it was so funny because it was like a little jack in the box. I just popped right back up and kept walking like nothing had ever happened. And she said, are you okay? I said, yeah, I am. I don't know how I'm okay, but I am. I just did a little jack in the box thing, just boop, and just kept right on walking like nothing happened. Yeah, that's what I did. Anyway, I'm okay to laugh about it because I'm okay, but it was hilarious. Okay, the other thing we're going to talk about is Susan B. Lewis. Oh, Susanna. I think she was one of the first people to start making videos on Facebook. But anyway, she posted one the other day, and it was just a quick one, and she said she was going into this place. It's called Buff City Soap. Anyway, she was going in this place called Buff City Soap. And that's the scent is Narcissist. That's not, I didn't really like the name of it, but she said it smelled heaven sent. Okay? So I, of course, had to get on the internet and order some. Not because I want to smell like a narcissist, but because I just wanted to try it, okay? And it was sample sizes. So anyway, I hop on the internet to Buff City Soap, and I got all excited because it was in Roswell, and I was like, oh, Susanna lives near me? She doesn't live near me. She lives in, like, Tennessee. Apparently, they have more than one store. But anyway, I ordered it, and I got it, and I was so excited, right? It smells nice, but it's too floral for me. I mean, I'm going to use it. It's kind of honeysuckle-ish is what I would relate it to. And I'm not a floral person. I'm not a vanilla person either. I don't know. I like natural scents like patchouli and peppermint and, yeah, things like that. I've got some from hemp, or I have gotten some from hemp that's like a cinnamon and nutmeg, or I don't know. It's one of those fall scents. I love it. Love it. Same way with candles. I don't like floral candles. I don't like anything like that. So thankfully this is very soft and it doesn't burn my eyeballs out of my head, because that's usually what floral scents do to me. It burns my eyeballs out of my head. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. So in this sample size, it says mini shower, right? I didn't have my glasses on to really know that said oil. When I took my shower this morning, I put that on my cloth to bathe myself with. And I thought, well, this shower gel sucks. It ain't lathering up or nothing. Well, that's because it's shower oil. So I switched to my soap, you know, just my soap. And I bathed myself with the soap. And then I got some body scrub. That's what it is. So I used some of my body scrub and it smells good. And then I got body butter. So I used some of that, right? But I was like, I'm really disappointed in that shower gel because I thought, you know, it would be better than that. Well, I get out and then I was like, wait a minute. I think I ordered shower oil, not oil, not gel. And I looked at the bottle and I was like, well, that is oil, not gel. No wonder it didn't sud up. Anyway, all right, moving on. I watched a video this morning of Steve Harvey. It was a TikTok that somebody sent me. And I don't know if this show still airs. I don't know if this is a new show or it's an older show. But it's where they ask if this is weird. Have y'all seen that one? The funniest one I think I've ever seen was the one that Todd Chrisley was on. And the girl or the woman said that she lets her dog kiss her in the mouth. And Todd Chrisley just went off and saying, he licks his own eyes, and then he kisses you in the mouth. Anyway, it was hilarious. I didn't even know who Todd Chrisley was until I saw that video, and I was literally crying. But anyway, this one had some relationship experts on there, and the woman asked or said that she's been in a relationship with her fella for 7 years. They lived together in a relationship for 7 years. I guess in the first 3 years of this relationship, he cheated, stepped out, whatever. She didn't say he did for sure, but she said she thought he did. So now, before he leaves the house to go hang out with the boys twice a week, a couple of times a week, she said, he has to let her sign his doololly. She signs her name, and then she takes a picture of it. And when he gets home, she compares the picture on her phone to the doololly to make sure that the signatures match. And the relationship expert, I mean, one of them was just dying laughing and couldn't hardly talk, but the other one, the female, she was like, so wait a minute, first of all, why are you with somebody that you don't trust for 7 years? And 2, there's ways around that. You can cover it up with a non-old, I'm trying to be vague for any littles watching, that are not old, that wouldn't disturb the signature. But that reminded me of a jail story, or a few. When anyone would come to jail, I had all these questions that I had to ask them. And I would ask them their name, their date of birth, height, weight, hair, eyes, driver's license, social security, address, phone number, aliases. Do you go by any other names? Any nicknames? Maiden names for women? You know, anything? Adopted names? Hyphenated names? People forget all about all the names that they've used, and they're like, no, I ain't got no other names. Okay. Do you have any scars, marks, or tattoos? No. I'm like, dude, you got a tattoo across your forehead. Both of your knuckles are tattooed. I see sleeves up both arms. I see one coming up the top of your neck, out of your shirt. Can we try this again? Do you have any scars, marks, and tattoos? Oh, yeah. Well, this says this, and this says this, and this, and this, and this. And then they'd start, like, pulling up their shirt and showing you everything and throwing their leg up on the counter to show you this one and this one. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, you don't have to pull your shirt up and show me your whole entire torso just to tell me that you had a tattoo. Because when the deputies would take them and put them in the shower, they would check out all the tattoos and make sure, hey, did he tell you about this? Sure, okay. So some of the deputies would come out and say, did he tell you he had a tattoo on his doololly? And I'd be like, no, he did not. Surprisingly, and thankfully, he didn't pull it out and show me. But some of them really did. But some of them, the deputies would be like, yeah, it says Joe's Bar and Grill. It's always served fresh or whatever. I mean, they would make up stupid stuff that, you know, would be, yeah. Anyway, it would start out as like acronyms and then grow into like anyway, long sentences. And I always knew they were joking with that one. But some of them really did have tattoos there on their doololly. And I just thought, didn't that hurt? I mean, I know grown men that faint when somebody takes their blood. So you gonna let somebody just do that? Ow! As I told the doctor Monday, ow. Yeah, ow. That has to hurt. Anyway, it left me speechless that she signs his doololly. I mean, why? Why are you with him if you don't trust him? And why do you think that can't be gone around? You know what I'm saying? If there's a will, there's a way, sister. There is always a way. Okay, now it's the end of the day and I am home from Blue Ridge and all is well. We had a nice drive up. We had a nice visit with my sister. And then we turned around and came back home. The possibly bad news is we stopped at QT. Now get this. On the way up there, I saw the sign at the QT that said gas, $2.89 a gallon. I was like, are you kidding me? So I still had like 3/4 of a tank, and Dad said, well, just go on up and then we'll stop on the way back and fill up, he always pays for the gas when I drive. And I was like, cool. He said, plus, I want to go in the QT and get me one of them frozen drinks. And I said, cool. So we go on up there, spend the day with my sister. I got to see my nephew and his lovely bride. And then we're driving back. And we get to the QT in Jasper, and the gas was $3.29. It went from $2.89 this morning to $3.29 this afternoon. We both saw the $2.89 sign because both of us were like, that said $2.89 this morning. Yeah, it's up to $3.29 this afternoon. What in the world? But anyway, he still filled up my car like he said he would, and then we went inside and got us a frozen drink. Well, I hope that the one that I picked does not have caffeine. For some reason, in my brain, I read root beer. I read root beer float, right? I mean, not float like ice cream, but a frozen root beer. They had frozen Coke, root beer, watermelon, something berry, you know, all these different things. Well, when I filled my cup up, my mouth was watering, and I was so ready to taste of that root beer, right? And I stuck my straw in it, and I drank it, and I was like, that is not root beer. It's really good, but that is not root beer. And I turned around, and it said Rooster Booster or something like that. I'm really hoping that that Rooster Booster did not have caffeine in it, because drinking that much caffeine at 4 o'clock in the afternoon is not going to bode well for me tonight. I mean, I only had about 4.5 to 5 hours sleep last night because of the steroids, and now if I have done myself in by drinking caffeine this late in the afternoon, yeah. But anyway, he just got the Coke one because he wanted one that they had the last time he went up, which was, he said it was like a frozen hot chocolate, which sounds amazing, but they didn't have that one. No, they only had like fruit flavors. So, I mean, like I said, it was really good, really tart, but really good. And I would do it again. I wasn't mad at it. I just hope that that Rooster Booster does not mean that that booster is caffeine. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm hoping, because it's not. Anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, can you stop barking? Because Mommy's talking. Joan, I need to go change her bandage. She went to the doctor. The doctor said she's almost there, but it is, you know, still needing a bandage. And she's got men over there because her backyard, because she's had so many trees taken up in the last year, her backyard was in bad need of some excavation, if that's the right word. They're going in with dirt and moving things around and flattening and making it nice and level and all that stuff. And then she's having sod put down. So there is a bobcat type vehicle? Is that? Sure. Over there with the beeping and the backing and the noise, and that's what they're barking at. So the guy, so the guy that owns the company, or that always comes out and meets with you, I've used him before too to do my mulch. His name's Jose. And Jose has someone who works for him, and his name is Nacho. Yeah, like Nacho Libre. His name is Nacho. So I told Joan, I said, well, Jose is the main dude, and he speaks very good English. Nacho, not so much. Nacho speaks so well, right? So anyway, this morning, she said, did you see that they're already here? And I said, I did. I said, he came to my house and said, I do work for you? And I was like, well, I mean, yes, but she's paying, so I would probably do it in her yard. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and I just said, no, there. I just pointed, and he was like, oh, okay. So anyway, she says, I think it's Taco. I said, no, it's not Taco. It's Nacho. But that wasn't Nacho or Taco. Maybe Tamale. Anyway, speaking of tamales, y'all gotta go watch Patty's video that she made. She posted it really early this morning at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. She was awake when I was. And her page is called It's a Lemonade Life. And watch this morning's video, because just go watch it and watch out for the tamales, okay? But anyway, it's quite hilarious. So you'll know what I'm talking about with tamales. Are they tamales or tamales? Tamales. I don't know. My mother loved tamales. That's all I know. And she bought them in a can. It seems sort of against the law to buy tamales in a can, but we ate them, and they were good. Now, the farmer's market in Marietta on the weekends has a person who makes fresh tamales and has them for sale. But I believe hers already has cheese on them. And, you know, I can't be doing the cheese, but I would love to have some fresh tamales. I might need to ask my Mexican restaurant up the street here if they make tamales. Makes my mouth water just to think about it. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Yeah, I mean, that was enough, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon. Not because my head hurts, but because people be crazy. Yeah, and I'm feeling better. And I think my face has gone down some. I was telling my nephew and his bride, I said, I don't know what this side of my face swelled for. And she said, well, did they do the left side? I said, oh, well, they did. I didn't even think about that. But they were supposed to be doing my leg, not my face. She said, well, maybe it's just traveling. I was like, I'm still going to mention it to him. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to hang up first, okay? Y'all say bye. Hang up first. I'm hanging up first. Say bye. Okay, bye.